just putting in all the different solos from the different takes, and just kind of getting a rough mix down before I kind of take it into Studio 3, cool. and hopefully get my teeth into it.
Oh, nice.
What do you guys do?
We're making a film, an end-of-year film.
Oh, right.
That's just documenting the closing weeks of the course.
That's cool.
So that we can all look back and laugh in many years.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It will be cool. Thank you for being here.
No, it's quite
We
right.
don't pay anything, so. Wait. Do better.
So, some revision questions. Draw how the transmitted data 0110101 is coded for 10 base T.
Used to fall asleep in it all of the time. It's just like you sit there and you're really trying to focus, and then it's just like, right, yeah, Ohm's law.
So that's high-low.
And then it has to go low, high, then back down.
Low, high.
Back down, then low, high again.
High, yeah.
Then high, low.
High, low.
Low, high.
Low, high.
High, low.
When I first signed up to the course, I didn't quite know what the content would be. I probably might have known a bit more if I paid more attention to the open days. I think we all found first year quite content heavy. I think that's probably the plan. But that weaned you into it quite nicely.
I knew the Tonmeister course would probably be pretty tough. It's earned its reputation for a reason, I guess. But when I came for the tour, it kind of hit me what I would be getting myself into, I guess.
There was a lot of people saying it was very prestigious and difficult, and I thought both of those things sound cool.
My mum had heard from one of her friends that her son, who was studying a sound engineering course somewhere else, was like, I wish I'd done this course. I was like, why? It's just like, because it's like the best, like you do all sorts of interesting things. I was like, yeah, that sounds great.
I thought it'd be tough. It was tough. It has been tough. It's been a lot of fun.
I didn't think I was getting myself in for this. I thought it was going to be way more fun. But there we go. I've learnt lots more. I've learnt more about stuff that I didn't think I was going to learn about, much more than I expected to. But I didn't think it was going to be so many words and equations and ASP and electronics and maths was a surprise.
I had absolutely no idea what I was signing up for. I remember on the open day desperately trying to find out what the hell audio signal processing was about, and no one would tell me, and I wish they had, because that module was
Why might it be useful to think of these as separate layers that are all a bit independent? That's it. Film the deathly silence as they think about it.
I don't think anything got quite prepared us for the sort of onslaught of ASP and maths that ended up happening. But it's I managed to just about wipe it from my memory, so it's all fine.
I thought we were going to be playing with loads of microphones all the time, making great music, not having to work that hard.
If I think about the amount that I knew before I started and the amount that I do now, it's somewhat more. It's reached my expectations of being stretching and kind of exciting, but it's been tougher.
I guess that's the whole point of a degree. We're not really here to lark about. Do plenty of larking about on our own time.
It was a lot more academic than I anticipated. In hindsight, probably for the better. I think I'm glad I did it. Just do with a nap now.
Snow is falling all around me. Children playing, having fun. 'tis the season, love and understanding.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I think Tonmeister Christmas single has got to be right up there with some of the best things that we've ever done. That was just a really nice, everyone coming together and just enjoying, you know, being together as a year. That was really good fun.
Singing Christmas songs.
I enjoyed, in particular, making Christmas hit #1 with my Tonmeister peers for Christmas 2014. That was really great.
I can't so much think of any standout sessions, but always the final year ones, pretty much.
Any time where we've congregated as a group and done something together, it's always good.
It was just such good fun. Everyone was in a good mood, and it was being filmed as well, so it was cool.
Ganged up together, everyone pulled their weight. At first I think everyone was a bit nervous that there would be so many opinions and ideas going on at the same time that nothing would ever get done. However, I was talking to Cicely about this the other day. I think that one of the main things I've learned over the past 4 years is how to sit quietly at the back of the room and smoulder when something technical goes wrong. Because I feel like before that wouldn't be something that I would have had the self-restraint to do. And I think that most of us have learned this as well. Just kind of quietly being like, yes.
It was really nice just to get together and enjoy final year. I think we've pushed each other through it in a good way.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, everyone.
I think a big round of applause for Nick. I think a round of applause for Cicely and for Martin.
Yeah.
For playing this shit. It was fantastic.
And the mince pies as well.
And mince pies as well. And for the man who won't be seen on camera because he's standing behind it.
For me, the highlights really have just been the people. Yeah, like you guys.
I think we've got an awesome year group. I don't know how often that happens, I think. Yeah, it seems to be good connections with everybody.
It's just been really great, and probably by far and away the best thing about the course has been the class and all the people that we've met, so thanks guys.
Ready, go.
A time when I struggle with work. Can it last like 4 years? Like, is that valid?
Trying to think of one time when I struggled with coursework. I feel like I struggled with coursework quite a lot of this degree.
First year was probably a particular struggle with coursework for a lot of people, just for the sheer volume of things. Those of us that were more mathematically minded, I guess, and had done a bit of sneaky research, realised that actually it counted for the square root of sod all. So the motivation at times was a bit lacking.
Well, I've been pretty bad at doing my courseworks, like starting early. I've always said when I finished a coursework, oh, that was horrendous. Next time I'll start really early and it'll be fine and everything will be much easier.
The first sound synth coursework, that's the only time I have ever been awake for 36 hours in a row and not eaten for 24, and I was slightly delirious by the end of it. It was yeah, it was ridiculous.
I think the most intense period of work was probably Tech Project, because I wrote most of it in 3 days during 2 40-hour sessions with 4 hours sleep between it, which wasn't much fun.
I spent 60 hours in the library. I went home for a shower and then came back. That was terrible. That was terrible. I have nothing else to say on that.
My hands went purple, I started shaking, I stopped shaking. Sometimes I quite like every now and then, the struggle of a late night session or whatever. I felt sick, I nearly passed out, my hands went purple again, went to bed. Did the same thing again the next day. Pretty grim. Had to get Cicely to walk me to campus because I thought I was going to pass out en route. That was quite hard work.
The sound synth course works. I think the highlight being Martin Dewhurst turning up to give the lecture at 9:15 and wondering why we were all early, and we'd been there from the day before. I think that was probably the most intense.
I probably spent hundreds of hours in that room in total on this course.
Sitting in the Mac labs with Mr. Glasby in first year until Martin walked in for the lecture at 9 o'clock, pretty much.
Anything that Martin Dewhurst said, or it was just like, okay, I need to step up my knowledge to a new level and spend an evening in the library with Sam Smith trying to sort these things out.
There was a night when me and Will did an all-nighter in the library and did like 2 courseworks in one go. It was something, and then we finished that at like 5. I think it was like program, like CAS stuff. We finished that about 5 and then got working on score studies. That was pretty horrendous. And that was when I discovered when the cleaners come in the library. I'd always wondered when it was. It's about half 5.
They all sort of come out like wombles.
And they're very judgmental.
I mean, I remember staying up all night for Edit 3, systems diagram.
CAS coursework 2, spending hours in the Mac labs until sort of 3 or 4 in the morning just trying to get the fun buff working. Sort of asking Greg for help.
Nothing fun about it, was there?
No, there was nothing fun about the fun buff.
I could try to think of one where I haven't struggled. That would be like less of them, I think. No, I don't know. It always felt like it was such a small class. Everyone was kind of in it together so much. It was sort of, yeah, you were working late, but so was your mate in the library, so it was all right.
Brown Brogues.
Michael, where are you going? Can't go dinner. Brown bros. Dad'll go nuts.
Relax, Michael. That was a good one.
There was an ADR coursework second year. Oh, yeah, there was.
I honestly couldn't remember a single line from that film.
Oh yeah, there's also the one, which was like, alright mate, steady on.
Brown Brogues. Brown Brogues. Brown Brogues.
Yeah, I just remember being stuck in an edit room. I think I was in Edit 2, and I can't remember. Obviously, fellow people from the year were in Edit 1 and Edit 3 at the same time, and it was just a brown brogues coming from every edit room. And you went out for a break and you just hear brown brogues coming through the door.
That stuck in my head very much, especially when the second year did it this year. Hearing that come out the edit rooms was quite a horrible memory.
I still don't actually really know what brogues are. As in, like, I know they're a kind of shoe, but what defines them as brogues? And why would you get so... Oh, man.
I don't know where they found those actors. I'm sure they're doing very well now, but...
ADR coursework was a new and interesting experience which ended in me losing my mind slightly at one point.
I sort of tried to erase it from my head. It came back in this year when the current second years are doing it, and sort of brought back a few flashback nightmares.
Helen! Helen!
I am not going to dinner in brown brogues. I'm not going to dinner in brown shoes.
Were there any other questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, should we just like go around the back?
I like this bit better.
Hey.
Thank you.
A typical Tony social occasion. It's difficult to actually pin down what is the essence of it.
Had some good house parties, listening to lots of nice music. That's generally how it goes. Lots of fun.
Tonmeister gatherings are always great because they're the people who you can relate to the most.
It's the wrong way round.
Descends into talking about something to do with coursework or something or other.
We just talk about Tonmeister things, and that's all we do, really.
Lots of standing in kitchens and talking about either very specific audio stuff or coursework.
Crikey, Tom, I think the meatballs are almost done.
Like a good pint and a chat about phase inversion and stuff like that. It's fine.
If there's live music, 90% of the Tonmeisters wearing earplugs so that they can still mix a classical location in 10 years' time.
Trying not to talk about Tonmeister stuff and therefore just not saying very much at all.
Typical social occasion. It's a room full of Tonmeisters talking about microphones or music or equipment or mixing. Pretty much anything to do with sound. I mean, I'm trying really hard to think of an occasion when that's not been what's happened.
Lots and lots of conversations that get nerdy to the point of ridiculousness and have to be relieved by puns to try and somehow restore normality.
Just kind of nerdy, you know, really nerdy, like in the best possible way, but you know.
I mean, occasionally we hijack a few other people and force them to sit and listen to us talk about microphones or mixing or music. I feel very sorry for those people.
I don't know, what do people talk about? We shouldn't be ashamed. We shouldn't be ashamed of who we are.
They're usually just good. It's nice, I guess, on a busy course like this to actually have that time to all get together.
Final year, final single! I have my own accompaniment.
I think after the chorus, I enjoy recording now more than I did before, for sure. Especially after placement, I enjoy mixing more because I think it's easier when things are recorded better.
We haven't really planned who's playing stuff or what needs playing. So we've got 3 saxes and a trumpet, which we need. 2 electric guitars.
definitely still enjoy recording. Absolutely, because I just know more about it now.
I kind of knew I wanted to do sound recording when I was a little kid.
Actually, I did my first demo when I was about 5 on a tape cassette using a Korg keyboard. It was sweet. I did the beats, my mate did the rapping.
When I was little and we would play Star Wars, we would kind of play like the characters of Star Wars, and so someone would be Luke and someone would be Han Solo. I always wanted to be Darth Vader. Actually, everybody always wanted to be Darth Vader. And so I patiently recorded like a half an hour of me doing like mechanical breathing to like a cassette tape on my Fisher-Price tape recorder. And then I got a piece of string and then I tied it around my neck and I played it back, and then I was able to like walk around and have my mechanical breathing happening.
With that quote.
In primary school, I was given the dubious responsibility of being the one who pushed the fader on the CD player, and I really loved it. And I was totally gutted when the headmaster came and got me and the other guy doing it, and like told me he was going to find somebody else to do it because I had too much responsibility as the computer monitor as well, and that was like a massive emotional trauma for me at the time.
That was better. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Yeah, I think it's relying on you to get that second staccato, because you can give the most staccato on that.
Yeah, that's why I was miscounting.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed recording. I think it's a very special thing to be able to, if you like, put the last 10% on all the work that some musicians have put together to make a thing, and to be able to add your little spin that just gives it that extra shine. I think is a really nice thing to do.
That's alright, we both did the same thing.
I guess it's the microphones that I'll miss most of all, having the really nice. I mean, where else am I going to get C12s?
It's going to be a bit of a... I don't want to use the word train wreck. Well, that pretty much sums it up. Only if the compressor attack is set correctly. No. Fun beginning. We'll get there in a minute. No one's in a rush, are they? No!
Everyone's always really lovely in our year, which is always really nice that we've got a kind of supportive group of people.
This video is a good thing. Obviously everyone's going to go off separate ways and have amazing times now.
It's just been a brilliant 4 years. I've made some wonderful memories and made some wonderful friends.
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away.
Such a great bunch of people. Had some brilliant laughs, and yeah, there's nobody I would sort of not be sad to say goodbye to.
I think everyone's going to work hard enough and get where they want to be, and I look forward to seeing where that ends up for everybody.
I'm just happy that I came here in this year and I got to meet all you guys and got influenced by you and helped in so many different ways.
You guys are probably the best friends I've ever had in my life, and I'm going to really miss you all, so I hope we can all keep in touch.
Thank you for being really great friends, really great course mates.
I'm not very good at sentimental things, but I'm sure everyone's going to do really, really well.
I'll miss you. No, I mean, like, I might.
From the love we shared in September, only blue talk and love, remember all that true love we shared today.
I'd like to say it's been a pleasure serving with you. It's felt like comrades in adversity at times, but we've had some absolutely phenomenal moments as well. And it will be 4 years and 23 other people that I will never ever forget.
There have never been any kind of rifts or anything, and I think because we were all very different in who we are, that's actually brought us together closer. And I'd just like to say thank you to all of you individually for being there and kind of being accommodating for one another, and just being a real blessing for helping push ourselves, because I think, although I don't see amazingly competitive people, I just see this kind of this pushing, this constant kind of wanting to draw the best out in people, because we were all pushing in our own fields, and I think that we've really clubbed together and been a good year.
I think as a year we've been a really high standard, and it's kind of pushed me to work even harder. So, yeah, thank you.
It's been more challenging than I thought, but it's also been more rewarding than I thought, and I've met some really amazing people. So it's been a fantastic experience.
Here I feel like we're all such good friends, but there's no way we can all keep up in the same way that we have now. It's going to be much more meeting up with a couple of people on different occasions as opposed to just all being able to hang out in the same place at the same time. That's the saddest thing, I think.
Well, I hope I don't leave them all behind, really. That's the main thing. I hope we stay in touch. I think we will. We're a tight-knit little family of Tonnies, you know. I hope we all stay friends. I'm going to miss everyone if they don't. So, yeah.
We're all different in some ways, but what kind of groups us together is our shared interest in sound.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Probably looking back in like 10 or 20 years, these 4 years will be a highlight out of the rest of this time.
My impression of the course as a whole is extremely positive, and it's not a bad vibe from all the work or anything like that. It is a really good vibe, and I 100% think that's down to the people.
Can you just one second, please. I just got to...
Please, can you give me a job in the future? That would be nice. I'll write you a Christmas card every year. It won't be of high quality, but it might be there. It depends whether you celebrate Christmas or not. If you don't, then I'll buy you a hamper. No, that's not actually... That's not of equal value, really, is it?